Hello guys, in this video we'll continue with our bar chart and our script here. Today we will see how to manipulate and change the height of bars and this value above the bars through vizscript. First of all, let us see what is our job. To change the height of the bar, we can go to the stage and find the last keyframe of Nogi plugin and change the value here. Okay, let us see how to do that through the script. First of all, we can see we have the parameters bar 1, bar 2 and parameter for every bar. We created these parameters in our first video. Okay, let us see how to make them to work. We're going to on parameter changed subroutine and we must check what is the name of parameter. First, if parameter name is equal to bar 1, then and here we must write the logic which change the value of the keyframe of the Nogi plugin. For this job we must create a subroutine which change this value. Okay, first I will complete this if condition and we'll write my new subroutine. Sub maybe change keyframe value. It is good name for my subroutine, I think. And this subroutine will take some parameters. First is input as double, because we know the parameter for the bars, all of them are double, and this parameter here will be double too. Okay, next parameter is container name. We must find the container first as string, and the easiest way to find some keyframe is by name. And the third parameter will be keyframe name as string and sub. Okay, very important is to go to every bar and the last keyframe of this Nogi and see here this field name. Here I can name for this keyframe. When you click on the keyframe you will see option for naming the keyframe. Same thing is here on bar 2. I'm going to the keyframe, click on the keyframe, here is the name too. Maybe it's good idea to set not so long name, maybe bar is enough, bar, and I will change the name to bar in every keyframe which is responsible for the height of bar. You can see I set the same name of the last keyframe of Nogi plugin which is responsible for my bar height. Okay, and the last bar, let me set just bar name and we are ready. Again, we can change every bar height with the last keyframe of Nogi, because the bar is Nogi. And the easiest way to find the keyframe is just by name. Every bar now has bar string for name. And now we can take this keyframe. Okay, this is my subroutine where I will write the logic for finding and setting keyframe value. First of all, I must find the container. Target container as container, and target container is equals to scene find container, and the name is here as parameter container name. Here it will be passed outside of the subroutine. Okay, now I have the container, and it's time to find the keyframe. Maybe target keyframe is good name for our keyframe variable as keyframe, and target keyframe is equal to target container. We get the container, and in this container we will find keyframe of object. With this subroutine we can get some keyframe by name in this container in the stage. Okay, find keyframe of object, and here we will pass the past string. Where is keyframe name? Okay, here we have container, here we have the keyframe, and the last thing is to set the value of this keyframe. Target keyframe, here we use float value, and this is equals to input as double. And the last thing is to update animation. Target keyframe dot update animation, and this is full logic for find container, find keyframe, set value of the keyframe, and update animation. It's all. But it's time to use this subroutine in our own parameter changed subroutine. If parameter name is equals to bar1, then change keyframe value, and first parameter is get parameter double with name bar1. Next parameter is container name. Let we see what is the container path. We can see it is row1 with child container info, with child container group, and child container bar1. Okay, first is row1, $sign. We know when you use $sign, we say to the script find subcontainer. After row1 we find info container, $sign, group container, group, find subcontainer, bar1. It's important to know that it's very false to have two containers with the same name in one path. For example, it's very false to create second bar container and to leave this container with the same name. If you want to have one more container or bar, just change the name with something different, but don't use the same name here. Okay, just delete this bar. Okay, now the third parameter is keyframe name. What was our keyframe name? Just click, go to animation, go to keyframe name. The name is bar. Okay, I will write bar. Now let we see if our script works. Just copy, edit the script and paste the new version. Okay, bar1 value. Let we see if I change the parameter how it works. You can see with increasing or decreasing the parameter, I setting different scale height, and it works. I can set just 40 and it works. Okay, it's perfect. Let we do that for every bar. Here I will write else if condition, parameter name is equals to bar2, then, and I can copy and modify this row. Again, change keyframe value, but the only change is the name of the parameter, bar 2 and row. Now row is not 1, now it's row 2 and everything is the same. Now copy this condition else if and changing bar 3, here the name of the parameter bar 3, row 3, and again I copy this row and modify with bar 4 and row 4, and last time here is else if for bar 5, row 5, again copy and paste here the new version. And now when I modify bar 1 value, I change the height of first bar. When I change the value of second parameter or value, I change the value of last keyframe of second bar, and other parameters works perfectly. With this script I don't need to go to every bar, find the animation, find the last keyframe and change value every time when I want to set the value. Just go to script plugin and set the value you want. But we have one problem. I set here maybe 60 as value, but I want to set this value here in this text area here, because I set the different value of bar height, but here the number is the same like before. This problem have solution. I just need to get the value from the parameter bar 1 of example and set the number here in this text area. I can use my set text data subroutine just because I want to repeating the code. Let us see. If parameter name is bar 1, we write next code. Set text data, and let me see how to make this with variable. First, dim data bar 1 as string is equals to get parameter double with name bar 1, but we have a problem. Get parameter double will return double type, but we need of string type. You remember, set text data takes input as string, so we need to convert this value, double value, from double to string. It's possible with cstr and get parameter double with name bar 1 is the parameter, and now we have this value of parameter bar 1 but as string, not as double, and now I can pass this value to the set text data subroutine. Next parameter here is container name. Let me see the container name of this. Maybe I will do that with the first bar. Row 1, info, group up, and data 1. It is long path. Okay. Row 1, $sign, info, $sign, group, find subcontainer up, find subcontainer with name data 1. Okay, data 1. So if parameter name is bar 1, change keyframe value with this value of this parameter, and next set text data, set this text area with the same value as bar 1 parameter, but as string, because here in data 1 this is not number, this is a string. Copy and change with the new version of script. Now you can see the number is here. I change the parameter with 10, and now you can see I change the height of the bar and set the value here above the bar. Here I can set 10.5 and how it's changing. You can see this is high precision here, so it's good idea to write manual your number 40.5. Okay, it's work. Let's redo that and to other parameters and other bars, because now we change the height of the bar, but the value here is the same. It's easy because we write it one time, this functionality. Just we can copy and paste the code and just modify it. The name of the variable is dataBar2. Get parameter double but with name bar2, and here the name of the container is here. Let's see row 2, find subcontainer info, find subcontainer group, find subcontainer up, and data1. All is the same instead of row 1, or here is row 2. Okay, copy and paste here data bar 3, get parameter double bar 3, row 3, and here I pass data bar 3. Don't forget, after we get parameter double bar 3, we convert this in string. Again, I copy, paste the code and set row 4 bar 4. You can do that with for loop 2. It's not a bad idea. Of course, data bar 5, row 5 bar 5. And now I copy the script. Let's save the scene, edit, and copy and paste. And here the first bar I can write 10, second can be 20, 30, 40, 50. It's great. But if I have biggest numbers, of example 100, 200, 300, 400, 500, you can see the bars are outside of my scene and I need a solution. The solution is to change the scaling property of y-axis of every bar. If every bar have scaling y 0.5, you can see these labels above are visible and the value is not changed. Here is 200 and the keyframe is 200 too. The values are the same. We just make bars smaller, but it's good idea to create a parameter which change scaling y of every bar and set the same value here on scaling y. Similar as we made previous time with scaling of labels. But this time we will change the scaling of this container of every bar. Okay, let me do that. I can improve my scale subroutine for more customizing, and just to add one more parameter here, axis, as string maybe, yes, our string, and in the subroutine I will check if axis is equals to x, then scaling x is equal to input, else if axis is equals to y, then change the scaling y, else if axis is equals to z, then scaling z is equals to input. But I need of option for change all of this axis, and we'll set one more condition, else if axis is empty string, then target container dot x is equals to input, and target container dot y is equals to input, and target container dot z is equals to input. But this will happen when axis parameter is empty string. That means we must go in our onParameter change subroutine and change this part of the code. And just to add the parameter here, with this scale subroutine here, when parameter name is scale labels, we want to set the input value to all scaling axes together and just add empty string. And now we can reuse our scale subroutine for other job. Just will register one more parameter, register parameter double again with name scale all bars on y axis. Maybe it is very long, but everyone needs to understand it will be for second parameter. First parameter will be only scale all bars. Maybe it will be not visible for the user. Next parameter is default value. The default value can be 0.5 or 1. Let me try what will happen when I write 1. 1 is good. 1 is good, yes. 1. Next parameter is minimum value. Minimum is 0 and maximum will be maybe 20 or 30. Yes. Scale all bars. But this parameter will make nothing now, so I need to go to onParameter change subroutine and check if parameter name is equals to scale bars, scale all bars here is correctly named, then. But better idea is to write else if here, and here I will delete and if. Else if parameter name is scale all bars, then and if, and in the condition I will write scale. Here we'll get parameter double with name scale all bars, and next parameter is container name. Let us see what is the container path or first bar. Rows 1 info group. Okay, but here is good idea to use for loop again, just like here. Just will copy the for loop and we'll use here with modifying again from 1 to 5. I will delete this row. We will get parameter double, but not scale labels, and scale all bars here with new parameter, and the name of the container here will be every time with different row number here, row 1, row 2, and down. This time not down. Info here is not down subcontainer, info subcontainer, and next subcontainer is group $, and we find this subcontainer bar1 every time bar1, and axis this time must be y, because this time we want to change only scaling y property. Okay, and copy, edit script, paste it, compile. We find a compile error, row 87. Let me go 87 target container dot, yes, here must be target container dot scaling dot x, and to the others scaling dot y and scaling dot z. Now must be working perfectly. Copy and paste. Okay, and now I have one more parameter here, scale all bars on y axis, and when I change, you can see I change every bar but proportionally. If I have here 300, but see, I can't type here 300. Why? Let me see. Going to our register parameters and see maximum value of all bars is 200. This is the reason why here when I type 300, the program correct me automatically and set 200. So let's reset maximum value to 1000. Of course you can set more different and bigger numbers. Copy and paste, and now you will see option to set here 300, 400, 500. Okay, but if I want here in my scene to set some title, this bar is very tall, the value of height is very big, and I must make all bars smaller. And now with my new parameter here, scale all bars on y-axis, I can set them 0.33, but the size of all bars remain proportionally. It's very important on every graphic. But in this case you don't need to go to every bar and change manually the scaling y on 0.33 in every bar. You can do that only with one parameter here. If last bar have 700 or 900, you can see it's required to small all of these bars. In my job with this trick I saved so much time, and I'm sure it will be very helpful for you too. For now, that's all. Thank you for watching and see you next time.